Yo everyone, what's going on? Secondary here, and in this video I am speedrunning Minecraft's duck seed. Now, this was a seed found by 7ral and then posted to Twitter by Aesthetic, so be sure to check them out. I really love ducks, they're one of my favorite animals, so I was very excited to play this seed and hopefully get a good time on it. I'm even borrowing a Minecraft duck skin for this video from my friend Sunners. We are fortunate enough to have this buried treasure on our starter island, which I found while scouting the seed. It gives us enough iron for the run, a little bit of gold to make some gold picks, and a little bit of food, although the 7 cod isn't quite enough because it's roughly equivalent to like 7 pieces of bread, but it gets us going. Now that we got our tools crafted up, we're going to get to one of my major resetting points in this run, which is the flint. And I was very fortunate to get flint first time this run, which means technically a sub 2 enter was definitely possible. You'll see I had my render distance lowered and my hitboxes on trying to spawn a dolphin in, but we did not get that lucky in this run. Now that we're at the desert, the terrain here is very flat, so you'll see me attempt some fancy head hitters off these cactuses. I messed the first one up, but it's just trying to regain a little bit of speed in this flat terrain.
There he is! There's my favorite white boy!
And now finally here it is, the main attraction, the star of the seed, the duck. We're going to be entering through like the belly of the beast here, or I guess this is more like the wing, but whatever it is, it was intimidating enough for me to mess up this portal horribly. Still getting a low 2 enter here, which is pretty good, but sub 2 would be optimal. Now, I very much do have a planned route out here through the nether. It's not just me running willy-nilly through the forest. I'm going to try and hit some head hitters and get to this first structure as fast as possible. Through these trees. I didn't account for this, which is sometimes the terrain generates differently on this seed, and just that one particular tree generated a different way than what I was expecting, so I ended up going left instead of right. And then we use these gold picks to go through the wall here. Now, we all know Minecraft speedrunning. You get into the nether, you find the bastion, you get your pearls, you get your string, you get your fire res, and you head to the fortress. Well, on this seed, unfortunately, the fortress and the bastion were just so far apart, but the fortress was just a little closer to the spawn portal, so I ended up going fortress first. And we are out of here on 5 rods because we have a 2i close to 2i bastion, which is another reason why we're going fortress first. Something I realized while recording and running the seed was that there aren't enough ducks for this to truly be Minecraft's duck seed. You've got the lava pool duck and you've got me, I'm a duck, but there just isn't enough duckage in this seed. So, to make up for that fact, I am now presenting duck facts. Did you know that ducks have accents, and that different ducks in different regions will have different vocalizations? Did you know that ducklings can learn to communicate with each other while still inside their eggs? This allows them to try and coordinate what time they hatch. Do you know that ducks have excellent vision, far better than humans, and they can move each eye independently? Ducks have special blood vessels in their feet which prevent their feet from getting cold. Aesthetic is the coolest duck on Twitter. Ducks are found on every continent in the world except for Antarctica. Humans have been keeping ducks as pets and domesticated them more than 500 years ago. Did you know that not all ducks can quack? I find this kind of sad, actually. Typically, ducks will fly at an altitude of 200 to 4,000 feet while migrating, but are capable of reaching heights up to 21,000 feet. Ducks will sometimes swallow gravel, rocks, or stones to help break down their food. Ducklings are born precocial and are sometimes capable of walking or swimming shortly after hatching. And the conclusion of Duck Facts will bring us right into this stable's bastion. As I mentioned earlier on, the 7 cod from the beginning isn't quite enough to get through this run, so when I hear the hoglin here on the staircase, I bring them over and just trap them in this spot so I can lava bucket them. And after killing the hoglin, the pre-scattered route here is just left side, good gap, so we go up here, we break the blocks to try and get a few more pigs. It's not the fastest route. I tried to work in some task overlaps and pearl hangs, but that only works when I actually remember to do them, so you'll see here in a minute what I mean.
You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later.
Here I'm checking my trades. I drop some gravel in so that they come to the top. I'm looking for a string, which is already I can see is good. I'm looking at obsidian, crying obsidian, and pearl trades. The pearls look pretty good, and the string looks pretty good, so it's just that obby I'm waiting on. Just enough obby. I think I need about 6, and then there's a chest with 4 along the way out. So what happens here is that I've been playing this seed all day, and I usually will get the first trade of pearls and go hang a pearl and get the obby, and then come back and get the rest, just because it seemed to be a little faster to overlap like that rather than waiting. And then I decide I'm going to go do that now, so far into the trades. But once I check my obby chest, I realize I have 9 obsidian, and I should have just waited for that last obsidian and then just left instead of hanging a pearl at all. So I didn't hang a pearl in the end. I go back for this obby, and I run through that same strip 3 times instead of just the once. And fortunately, that obby was the last trade there. So now we can finally begin traveling to our travel spot. We've got our 10 obby, so I need to be careful not to misplace one. And it takes about 4 pearls to get there. This next pearl I messed up so frequently and ended up in lava so many times that I started actually building up before throwing it. Now our blind spot is just in this wall over here, so we need to dig a couple blocks, build the portal, and we should end up inside the portal room. Oh yeah, for some reason this fish wasn't eating while I was in the portal, so I had to eat it after. Weird bug. And here I am prepping for zero cycle, because this seed is zero cyclable. It took a lot of practice to be able to actually zero cycle on this seed. I set up a script just to practice the end fight because the 0 was a little hard to hit. But we got there in the end, we got pretty consistent with it, and you'll see me hit it in just a second. I found that bridging out through the back and then throwing an extra pearl is faster than digging out in any way, so that's how we do it. And then we're pearl on the top of this M88 tower, and we're going for Y95. And with that, enjoy the zero cycle. Okay, so the dragon does hit me there and it scares me a little, and then I almost look at this Enderman, and then I realize, wait, I'm safe to pearl down, but just in case, I build up a couple blocks in case the Enderman comes running. And that's the end. Final time 11:51. Video is over. Okay, thanks, love you, bye.